There is a silence inside you that you have never heard. It speaks in a language older than your bones. You were taught that time is a river, carrying you forward. That is the first lie you were ever told. What if you could press the warm, worn leather of your future against the raw, unfinished hide of your past? And stitch them together with the needle and thread of this single, breathless moment? I want you to remember a specific kind of exhaustion. It's not the good tiredness that comes from a day of meaningful work. This is different. It's a low, resonant hum in the marrow of your being. It's the fatigue of striving. You set a goal. A beautiful, shining target somewhere on the horizon. Maybe it's a life of financial freedom, a body humming with health, a relationship that feels like a sanctuary. You can see it. You can almost taste the air there. So you start walking. You visualize, you affirm, you journal, you chant your desires to the universe like a sacred mantra. And for a while, it works. You feel a spark. A flicker of possibility. But then, the gap appears. The chasm between where you are, stuck in the mud of your current reality, and that shimmering mirage on the horizon. Your bank account looks the same. The scale hasn't moved. The phone doesn't ring. And that spark? It gets doused by the cold water of not yet. Of be patient. Of you need to vibrate higher. So you try harder. You amp up the positivity. You force the gratitude. You contort your mind into a pretzel of belief, trying to convince yourself that you already have what you so clearly do not. This is the spiritual bypass. It's a special kind of agony. It's the internal civil war between the part of you that desperately wants to believe in magic, and the part that is anchored in the brutal, unyielding facts of your present moment. I once knew a woman, let's call her Ilara. Ilara was a master manifester, in theory. Her vision board was a masterpiece of curated desire. She had a specific, detailed list of the qualities her soulmate would possess. She could feel the leather of the steering wheel of her dream car. But every date was a disappointment. Every morning, she woke up in the same small apartment, took the same crowded train, to a job that drained the color from her face. The more she tried to feel it real, the more the silence of her reality screamed back at her. The vision board became not a source of inspiration, but a monument to her own inadequacy. The gap didn't just feel wide, it felt like a personal failure. This is the ache I'm talking about. The profound dissonance between your inner knowing and your outer world. It's the reason your manifestations feel like they're made of smoke, dissolving the moment you reach for them. The breakthrough didn't arrive on a beam of light or in a thunderclap. It arrived in the quiet observation of a pot of water refusing to boil. I was waiting, impatient, for the bubbles to form, and it struck me with the force of a physical blow. We are all taught that manifestation is a linear process. You have a thought, you feel a feeling, you take an action, and eventually, after a long and uncertain delay, the result materializes. Cause and effect. A to B to C. But what if that model is fundamentally, beautifully wrong? Quantum physics presents us with a universe that is not a collection of separate things, but a single, woven tapestry of potential. Particles don't just exist in one place, they exist in a cloud of probability, a superposition of all possible states, until an observation collapses them into a single reality. Now, translate that from the subatomic to the human. Your future self, living your dream life, is not a distant point on a timeline. It is a real, valid, and existing state in the quantum field of all possibilities. It is in superposition, right now. And your past self, with all its wounds and limitations, is also not gone. It is a frozen waveform, a pattern of energy that has already been observed and solidified. The problem, the entire reason for the agonizing gap, is that you are trying to build a bridge between these two fixed points. You are trying to move from solid past to solid future, and the construction project is exhausting you. Time folding is not about building a bridge. It is about realizing the two riverbanks do not exist. There is only the river. And you are the water. Ilara's turning point came on a Tuesday. She was on that crowded train, feeling the familiar crush of disappointment. But instead of fighting it, she did something radical. She closed her eyes and she asked a simple question, not with her mind, but with her entire being: what does the energy of the woman who is already deeply, securely loved feel like in this moment, on this train? She wasn't trying to visualize a partner. She wasn't trying to affirm anything. She was simply inquiring into the quality of the energy itself. And for a sliver of a second, she felt it. A warmth in her chest. A softening in her shoulders. A quiet, unshakable dignity. It lasted only a moment before her mind rushed in to analyze it. But the imprint was made. She had, for an instant, folded a quality of her future into her present. She didn't travel to it. She invited it in. So, how do you fold time? It is not an act of force. It is an act of permission. It is the conscious, deliberate act of collapsing the quantum waveform of your desired state here, in the messy, glorious, and imperfect present. You are not reaching for a new reality. You are selecting it from the infinite menu of the now. Here is how you begin. The foundational stance, the observer's pause. Before any technique, you must establish this inner posture. 3 times today, I want you to stop whatever you are doing. It doesn't matter if you're washing dishes, stuck in traffic, or in a meeting. For just 15 seconds, I want you to drop your awareness out of your head and into the physical center of your chest. Feel the air on your skin. Listen to the most distant sound you can hear. Do not try to change anything. Do not label anything good or bad. Simply become the silent, spacious observer of this single moment. This pauses the linear mind and opens the door to the quantum field. This is the preparation of the canvas. Exercise 1, the sensory imprint. This is the core of the time folding technique. Choose one specific aspect of your desired reality. Not the whole thing, just one sensory detail. Find a quiet space and settle into the observer's pause. Now, from your imagination, conjure one pure sensory experience from your desired state. Do not see a picture of your dream home. Instead, feel the texture of the specific wooden banister you will one day touch. Is it smooth? Is it cool? Does it have a tiny, almost imperceptible groove in it? Do not see your ideal body. Instead, feel the specific sensation of lightness as you walk up a flight of stairs, the effortless power in your thighs. Capture one sensation with absolute precision. As you feel this sensation in your mind, imagine it is not a memory or a fantasy. Imagine it is a quantum packet of information, a seed of a fully formed reality. Now, with a gentle, inward breath, draw that specific sensation out of the future and into your present physical body. Feel the coolness of the banister in your hand, now. Feel the lightness in your legs, right here. Hold it for just 3 seconds. Then release. You are not pretending. You are performing a quantum transaction. You are taking a single thread of your future and weaving it directly into the fabric of your present. Exercise 2, the echo integration. This addresses the frozen waveform of your past. Recall a specific memory that carries a charge of limitation, a moment of rejection, failure, or shame. Instead of reliving the story, identify the core sensation it created. A knot in the stomach. A constriction in the throat. A hollow ache. Now, return to the sensory imprint of your desired future. Feel that positive, powerful sensation strongly in your body. Here is the fold. Imagine the old, painful sensation is a dormant frequency, an echo. Imagine the new, powerful sensation is a live, active frequency. Now, gently, allow the new frequency to resonate with the old one. Don't fight the old echo. Let the new vibration hum through it, like a tuning fork placed near a still string, causing it to vibrate in harmony. The old energy isn't erased, it is reclaimed and rewired by the new quantum information. For Ilara, the change was not dramatic at first. It was a subtle recalibration of her entire existence. She stopped carrying the heavy burden of becoming loved and started practicing the physics of being loved, for just a few seconds at a time, on a crowded train, in line for coffee, while folding laundry. She would fold in the sensory imprint of feeling deeply respected. Then, in a work meeting, she noticed her voice was steadier. She would fold in the sensation of playful companionship. Then, while buying groceries, she found herself sharing a genuine, unforced laugh with the cashier. The world was not magically different, but her point of origin within it was shifting. She was no longer a separate self, reaching for a distant future. She was a coalescence point, gathering the scattered fragments of her desired reality into the density of the now. The moment of true realization, the before and after line in the sand of her life, happened on an ordinary walk. She was practicing the sensory imprint of financial ease, the specific feeling of her wallet being comfortably full, not with anxiety, but with a quiet sense of sufficiency. She felt it, folded it in, and let it go. An hour later, she checked her email. There was a message from a client she had worked with over a year ago. A project she had completed had unexpectedly generated a new revenue stream for them. As a thank you, and completely out of the blue, they had sent her a bonus check for $5,000. It wasn't the amount. It was the perfect, seamless, and utterly improbable symmetry of it. It was the universe echoing back her folded time with a tangible event. The gap had not been bridged, it had been proven to be an illusion. She was not waiting for her life to begin. She had finally learned how to occupy its entirety. This is not a technique for getting what you want. That is a far too small and selfish aim for something of this magnitude. This is about the reclamation of your entire being. You are a creature not bound by the simple arrow of time. Your consciousness is the needle that can stitch together the tapestry of your own existence. Think of the entire quantum field as a vast, dark ocean. Every possibility, every version of you, every outcome, every reality, exists as a potential current within it. Your focused attention, especially when charged with sensory emotion, is a beam of light. Whatever you shine that light upon collapses from a mere potential current into your tangible, lived experience. You are not a ship sailing on this ocean, hoping to find a friendly current. You are the lighthouse, and with your beam, you literally create the shore upon which you will stand. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become a conscious architect of reality. Not just your personal reality, but the collective one. Every time you fold a moment of peace into a moment of anxiety, you are injecting a new quantum possibility into the field we all share. Every time you fold a sensation of abundance into a feeling of lack, you are not just healing your own life, you are making it statistically more probable for the person next to you to stumble into that same frequency. This is spirituality grounded in quantum mechanics. This is your purpose, to locally collapse waveforms of love, of abundance, of health, and of peace, thereby making them globally more available to all of us. You are here to heal the illusion of time itself. So I am not going to tell you to believe. I am not going to ask you to have faith. I am going to ask you to conduct an experiment. Sometime in the next 24 hours, I want you to fold one single second. Pick one sensation from the life you know, in your bones, is meant for you. Draw it into your body. Feel its texture as an actual, present moment fact. Hold it for the space of a single heartbeat. And then, go about your day. But carry with you the silent, unshakable knowledge of what you have done. You have placed a direct order with the universe. Not a wish. Not a prayer. An instruction. Now, watch. With the quiet curiosity of a scientist, watch how reality rearranges itself to match the new data point you have just inserted into the system. Your only job is to notice the echo. The world is waiting to prove to you how real you are.